Declan! God damn it, Declan! What is that? Shit!
Thing in the mist? Whoa! What the? Run! Run, run, run!
Oh shit!
Ah! Hello, folks, and welcome to Moons of Madness, a survival horror game. It's basically Firewatch meets Lovecraft. Is how I've seen it described. It is a horror game from the makers of The Secret World, an MMO that I really quite enjoyed. In fact, it stars the Orochi Corporation, who were responsible for shit going down in The Secret World. I don't know a huge amount about it. I just know that it's cosmic horror, and it's set on Mars. It's not set on the moons at all, as far as I'm aware. It's set on Mars. I also know that I really love the word moon and balloon. It's that ooh sound. Completely unnecessary factoid for you there. So, let's take a look, first of all, at the settings so that you know what kind of options that you've got. Gameplay-wise, you have got a reasonable selection of languages. You can turn the footsteps head bob on and off. I've toggled it off because, as it says, whilst it may simulate a more natural walking feel, it may induce nausea in some users. I also find it not particularly great to watch on YouTube, so I've turned it off. Sprinting FOV, when moving quickly, the field of view is changed to enhance the experience. Again, that can be turned off. I don't know what that's going to be like, so I've left it on for now. Waypoints. Visualized as yellow hexagons and are recommended for users who want additional guidance. Your mileage may vary. Paths are in-game holograms and recommended for users who want even more guidance. I might turn that off, and you can do so, depending on how you want it. You can invert your axes, and you can change your mouse sensitivity. Graphics-wise, it's got a full suite of options. I assume that only goes up to your monitor's resolution. I've got a 1440p monitor, so it only goes up to 1440p. I imagine if you've got a 4K monitor, it goes up to that. You've got full screen, Windows full screen, and windowed options, as is normal. I'm playing, obviously, in windowed full screen because I've got a dual monitor setup. VSync on or off. Max frame rate cap goes all the way up to 144 Hz. Obviously, I'm using a 144 Hz monitor, but OBS does tend to struggle if I try and play at anything above about 90 frames per second. Unfortunately, the frame rate caps are at 30, 60, 120, and 144. I tried it at 120, and even on the menu, it was dropping. It was lagging. So, turn that off. And you can calibrate your screen gamma. I think the default was 2.2. But actually, come to think of it, things tend to show up a little bit darker on YouTube. So, in terms of graphics options, you can scale your resolution. Texture quality goes from low to very high. Uses a lot of VRAM as per normal. Detail. Note the game has dense fog or sand in some areas. I suspect we may suffer, and I will probably have to rejig some things as we go through. Especially when it comes to shadows. Because, as it says, they have a high performance cost. Anti-aliasing very high, again, has a high performance cost. Visual effects and post-processing. These are all auto-detected for my system, but obviously it does not take into account the fact that I'm going to be using OBS at the same time. And just out the corner of my eye there, I've got a little FPS counter on OBS to tell me how it's doing. It's currently solid at 60. If I wasn't running OBS, I'd throw it up to 144 and I'd be done with it. Audio options, you get separate sliders for everything, and you can turn subtitles on and off. Strongly recommended for non-English speakers. So there we go. Let's crack into it and let's see just how badly the frame rate decides to dip. Controls, actually, let's take a look at. What's the controls for movement? Left shift for run. Left mouse for interact. Right mouse for scan. Tab for bio gauge. Space is focus. Control is crouch. F for flashlight. T for talk on the radio. O for objective reminder. Those seem like very sensible controls. And you can use the controller should you want to. There's no combat in the game. So actually, no, I'm going to stick with the mouse and keyboard because if there's a lot of looking around, I find that easy to do with a mouse. So, let's get dangerous. Onwards! New game. Let's see how badly this tanks the frame rate. You can't see it behind me, but the Orochi symbol is there. I'm sure that's the Orochi Corporation logo. Oh, I'm in control here. Let's put that drink down. So I'm just trying to figure out where to put my mouse. I've been meaning to change the situation of it on the desk. Get out of bed. Do I have to? Yeah, wake up call. I mean, I can tell that this is not running at 144. But, as I said, if I change this... I actually can't tell the difference between those two. It's clearly a bit jittery, though. If I put it up to that and put that on. To be fair, in this room, that does not seem to be making a huge amount of difference. But I imagine as soon as fog and stuff hits, it's going to be a problem. So here we are. Monday, 0509. Happy birthday to me. To do, turn off sprinklers, oxygenator diagnostics, tune biogauge, chest wins, me 4, Declan 2, Deimos, home, Phobos. Those are the moons of... Are those the moons of Mars? I probably should have looked that up before I started playing, if I'm honest. If I remember, I will add something in post. Dear Dad, I've already... I can't get close enough to read that properly, not with my eyesight. But no options to interact with things. Don't have a flashlight yet. What happened to that wake-up call thing? Oh, it was there, wasn't it? It was on that computer. Right, can we get dressed? No? Open! Oh, hello. Right, I'm going to turn up the volume slightly because, of course, it is a horror game. And if any of you...
Anyone there?
If any of you have watched my Resident Evil 2 playthrough, you'll know that horror games and me are just not a good mix. Unless you want to watch a grown man squeal a little bit. In which case, I have this light.
happened here?
Cyrano arrival in 0 days. Solar panel cleanup, Declan. Satellite maintenance, Jose. Or Josie? Josie, probably, with Declan. There's a little bit of ripple. Reigning chess champion, Josie. Do not use permanent marker on a race board. Now, as a teacher, I am very, very keenly versed. Meet me in the usual place. Bring drink. I don't know whether the video's picking this up, but everything's in places slightly ripply. I don't know why. Hello, cactus. Yes. Whiteboards, or dry erase boards, as I believe you get them called in the US. Obviously, I have used many of them in my time as a teacher. Whoever's meeting up late at night, I can hear you through the vent. And as a teacher, it is always, always a problem finding a whiteboard marker that is actually erasable. And the number of students who say, oh, yeah. They say, oh, yeah, I've got a Sharpie, sir. I'll write on the board for you. Not realizing that Sharpies, generally speaking, are not dry wipe erasable. Or whiteboard markers, as we call them over here. This is a dream, isn't it? So this very much reminds me of the black goop the Orochis unleashed in was it Tokyo? In the secret world? I feel like it was Tokyo. That looks like a giant tongue. I don't know why I moved closer to that. No! Yep, it's going to be one of those. Jump scares. Can I have the trowel, please? See, this is why I don't tend to put the volume up. Because jump scares rely on audiovisual. And the majority of it is actually the audio. It's the audio that makes you jump, generally. It's not the visuals. It's the sound that gets to you. You know, you can see something appear, and it's fine, because it tends to disappear straight away. It's the audio cue that backs it up. This is... Ew. Ew, I say. Oh, ew! Squelchy! But yeah, this is a... I don't like the term walking simulator. It sounds really kind of derogatory. Ew. Whoa! I don't think it's gone. Nope. I have this crowbar. Add to inventory. As I say, as far as I'm aware, there's no combat. The enemies in the game, and there are enemies, they are chase sequences. They are escape, escape, escape. I also don't know how difficult or anything the game is. Yeah, I do. I've never understood why. Why the trash bags? I've never understood why a logical human being would follow. I'm really expecting something to appear at one of the windows. Interesting. Can't go that way. One thing that I will say for certain is that they are nailing the sense of atmosphere. It's not a... Ah. I can't tell whether I'm tapping or not for those. It's not the most extravagantly attractive game, but it's doing its job in terms of creating atmosphere. The sound design, of course, is very much aiding that.
Come, blow out the candle.
Do I have to? Oh, my flashlight's got out. I don't know why I've started using American terms for things. Trash bags, flashlights. I'm British. Ah!
Oh my god. What was that?
Oh, rise and shine, folks.
Bastard
Is
thing.
everybody okay?
I almost spilled my coffee. Oh my gosh. I'll have to check the readings, but that may have been our biggest quake yet.
Standard procedure. Newhart, you know what to do. If there's any critical damage to the base, let me know.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Dr. Van Buren, you will assist me at the landing site for the Cyrano. Declan, you're on comms. Find any system issues, relay them to Shane.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Switch to a private frequency, Declan. No chatter on open channels. Over and out.
Private channel time.
Right. You have to excuse me if I cough a little bit during this. Last week was quite hectic, work-wise, and I'm still kind of recovering from flu. Right. Good look out there, sport. Move the mouse with move the view with the mouse to focus on interaction points.
I should memorize this.
And by memorize, 0509. Always keep a pen and pad of paper next to my computer. Yeah, see, there we are, the Orochi group. Shane Newhart Engineering. We believe that healthy, productive, and enduring life on Earth results from the correct management of its resources. In government, public, and private projects around the globe, we are leveraging new technologies to provide the best solutions. Reliable, responsible, revolutionary. Yeah, I know what you guys did. I think it was Tokyo. Right.
And what better way to start the day than assessing possible life-threatening damage from minor seismic activity?
Woohoo!
Beautiful.
That's what I've been told.
Now we can read the notes. Dear Dad, I've already rewritten this letter 6 times. I'll probably rewrite it several more. I have a lot of time before I can actually send it to you. I'll put it in plain. I'm not in Antarctica. That expedition doesn't exist, or if it does, I'm not on it. I went a little further. I went to Mars. I hope you can forgive me. The deception is not a slight. The company takes their secrecy very seriously. In fact, you'll all probably have seen me again in person before I'm allowed to send this to you. I want you to hear it from me. I want you to know I love you. What I really want to tell you. Oh, good. It's got the... So this is him trying to somehow send the letter to his dad. So he's not in Antarctica. In one of Lovecraft's stories, he starts off... a chunk of it set around Antarctica. Actually, is it Mountains of Madness? I really need to go back and read my Lovecraft. I keep on playing games about it, but it's actually been years since I've read any of it. Do I want to use the PC? Also, what's with the terribly tiny keyboard? Username. Newhart. Oh, I was trying to use the numpad then. 0509. Handsome Devil. Right. Declan, security update. Please be aware of the new security update that's taking place tomorrow. You might be stuck in your room for a while. If you do, write down the code somewhere so you'll remember it. Good morning. Wilcox was kind enough to let you sleep in a little day today, but that also means that Dr. Van Buren is tagging along on an EVA to the Serrano landing site. So I'll put a pin on logging the issue with Commander until he's back. I know Lucas has been tinkering with some of the biogauge code, so check with him first. I assume the biogauge is going to be some kind of tool that helps us out. There has been an update to your comprehensive NDA. It's only a courtesy. All changes have already gone into effect. The rule of two is an exciting concept. When we discover one example of a phenomenon in the cosmos, even, it is an anomaly. Given the vastness of the universe, if two examples are found, it implies there are many more, billions, millions, billions, trillions. As of now, we are only certain of life on Earth, an anomaly. But all we have to do is find a second. Any life will do, even primitive alien microbes, even fossils of microbial life billions of years dead. That one finding will open up a universe teeming with life. All we have to do is get to two.
Okay. Confirming my ID bypassed security for my room. Door's unlocked now.
Why am I telling myself that? The thing about the Secret World as an MMO was that I really liked the setting. I really liked the ideas, but the combat was janky. It had no weight or feeling to it, to the extent that I know that they redid it for the Secret World. Was it Legends or something that was the re-release of it? I played a little bit of it, but it still felt very inferior compared to what else was I playing at the time? Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 obviously is tab targeting combat, but the animation still felt like they had a lot more weight and impact than the Secret Worlds did.
Well, the rest of the team's out dusting the landing pad, and Dr. Volkova is apparently deep into her biocultivation duties.
Aren't we all?
I guess that means you have the base all to yourself.
And where are you?
Once more, I venture into the great unknown, on duty at the satellite dish, and currently communicating, which is technically my job. Kind of.
All your base are belong to me. This story is very clearly locked. So, we're on the base in the lights. There's no blood smeared on everything. Okay. Meow. Open. Oops. I'm sorry, little man. Foreshadowing? Why do we have the a big kind of scar that looks like the game's logo on the back of our hand? Right, so this is the same as it was in our nightmare. So these are all the... Oh, it's private cabin 543. So we're in private cabin 2. That may or may not be important. I don't know. Research. I like the fact that everything is on the floor. Decent view out the window. We can't sprint. I'm sure it said that we had a sprint option. Security protocols. Greetings, crewmates. As a member of the Invictus team and an employee of Manticore Orochi, so it's not just Orochi anymore, there are security protocols that you must not fail to obey. Any Orochi facility, including this Mars base, is sectioned by security clearance. Not every employee may go into every section. Your ID card contains a number denoting your level of security clearance. Your ID card is necessary to access all doors, sectors, and computers of a given level. Do not attempt to access areas of equipment beyond clearance. Don't coerce teammates to give you access. Don't let lower security clearance access teammates out of bounds. Do immediately report any irregularities or breaks in protocol to this email address. These protocols are in place to protect you from catastrophic mishaps and consequences. If you're unsure of your clearance, contact your superior. Thank you for your vigilance. Yeah, typical corporate stuff. I see Mars. Oh.
What the hell? Hey, what's up with the lights?
Yeah, getting some odd spikes in power as the batteries kick in. Hey, you just hang tight while I do your job for you, okay? No, have a coffee. No, really, take a load off.
Right, so we've got the gym. I'm going to leave this area as quickly as possible, as is my want in real life. Ooh, Russian dolls. What's on the shelf? Whispering in the mountains. Hashtag streets. Intuitive. Marine histories. Stalker. Most of those are actually separate covers. There's another copy of Stalker there. One of the things that you tend to notice about bookshelves in games is that a lot of the spines of the books or the covers of the books are repeated. But they do seem to have a reasonable amount of variety in this one area. They're not very high res though, these book covers. Nor are they, they're just reskinned. Well, they're just skinned blocks, realistically. But again, I don't think you're really supposed to be getting that close to them. You're probably not supposed to even spend a huge amount of time in this area. The chest game hasn't been started. It has a Orochi letterhead, so it is official. Replacement photo ID pictures for your approval, Commander Wilcox. Management. You clean up pretty nice, Delapore. Approved. Deno. Deno. Yeah, but one of the things that Funcom did really well with in the Secret World is world building. World building and quest design was, for me, the real strength of that game, especially its very story-focused questing. It's just a shame that the combat was a bit meh. Low on dark roast coffee.
Who put up this sticky note about the witch?
You like my drawing? I made it last night.
Do I like poking fun at a shared paranoid delusion while everyone is tired and isolated from human contact on Mars?
Okay, killer. Remind me not to talk to you before you've had your coffee.
A flashlight.
Can you check your bio gauge and see if your daily objectives have been updated?
Copy that.
Well,
Crap.
What's up?
I seem to have misplaced my bio gauge.
Josie saw it in the lab on her way out. Told me to tell you. Better get it before you do anything else. Speaking of which, that should do it. I fixed the lounge door to the lab.
well done. I want a cup of coffee. Savoury oatmeal or bacon and eggs? Ooh, which do we choose?
Savory oatmeal looks good.
Consume.
Nah, just kidding.
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs it is.
Delicious. On pain of death, do your dishes. There is no mug. For the coffee. Oh, hold on. Insert item. It should be noted that I don't like coffee. Nor actually do I really like bacon and eggs. Well, no, that's not technically true. I actually do quite like eggs. They just don't like me. More information that you really didn't need to know. What? Jeez, man! Have some coffee, why don't you? Clearly, it wasn't that hot. Either that or he's got an asbestos tongue. Right. Research lab this way, yes. Boop.
Okay, serious question time. When you get Earthside, are you going to ask Manticore for a raise?
You think if I ask, they'll give it to me?
No.
So we've got timed conversation responses where you have to press T. That's an interesting choice. Oh, I can now move faster with shift. Wow, this place is a mess. Also, that door is... Ah, the crowbar is still here. Ah, Mistinculous. Ba-dang. But it wasn't that door that we opened previously, was it? It was that one, I think. Or was it? I can't remember. Because my memory sucks.
So weird. Deja vu, I think. There was a stuck door in the dream I had. It's not important. It's just weird.
You're forgetting the last 3 times something malfunctioned in this over-engineered campsite.
Yeah, I don't have to tap for that. It's just a one and done.
Now, where is that bio gauge?
Also, why are the lights off? It's gone spoopy again. This computer is offline. Lovely. This it?
No good. I think there's a reset button somewhere. Just my luck. I need to find something that can fit in there.
Okay.
Declan, I found the bio gauge, but it won't turn on.
So that's the bio gauge.
I need to reset it.
Find something small and thin.
Like that.
That should work.
Beep. On.
There. Got it working.
Ching.
You should be able to reboot the security system now. Just scan the servers with the bio gauge.
Right. Select. Toggle zoom screen. Aha. Ah, so we can now take a look at our inventory and our objectives. Wonderful. Ooh. Yes. Okay, so we're going to be able to use that to interact with our environment.
The quake probably knocked the panels out of alignment. This has been an ongoing issue. I'll have to adjust the solar panels manually.
Okay. It's a rock. Oh, you can actually move things about a little bit. I assume a lot of the items that you can interact with are going to become important later. Maybe I'll be able to hit something with it. That's the thing that we've already read before. Security protocols et al. A book. Log 1, supplemental log regarding our ongoing survey of samples in the search for evidence of microbial life on the planet Mars. The rule of 2 is an exciting concept. That first page here is the one that we've already seen. I must remember to check whether I'm covering anything. Flip. Organic molecules discovered in ancient rock. Not yet proof of microbes. No sign of fossils. This is such a waste of paper. Declan says he found a promising site some 34 kilometers east of base. Yeah. Yeah, am I actually in the way of something? I suppose I'm technically in the way of that. It depends how much we're going to use it. Oh yeah, can I scan the rock and stuff? Does it give me extra information about things? Don't know. Orochi NDA. I'm not going to read the NDA out because, you know, yawn. Invictus. What is Invictus? The Orochi Group is proud to announce unprecedented feats of science and human potential. There's a missing word in there. Welcome to Invictus, Earth's first long-term space station on Mars. Private space travel. Nancy Technologies. Yeah. I like that they're building... Ooh, green screen. What's this? Script. Greetings from the South Pole. So this is their cover story. Oh, and that's what the green screen's for. Because they're having to pretend that they're not on Mars. Your key lights. Your HD camera. I know a little bit about how this works because... Obviously. Their lights are fancier than mine, admittedly. Oh, what was that? Oh, you don't need to hold the button to scan. You just need to tap it, and it shows you a little trail as to where it is you're supposed to be going. Okay. I like that. In some games, you know, I like the exploration aspect, but in a game like this, which is more story driven. Airlock. Do we have... are we wearing a suit? Ah, now I definitely am covering UI elements now. Interact. Oh, that just takes the helmet off. Yeah, we are wearing a suit. So I guess we're going outside. Oh, I suppose we can look at our objectives. Go to the solar panel site. Refill air. That is a good plan. So we're going to have a limited oxygen supply. Locked. It's an airlock. Now we can go. Out we go onto the moon. Of madness. 'Tis Mars. Meerkat rover, the Martian yeoman reinforced carriage... What was it? Left out? Yeah. Is one of Manticore's proudest innovations in off-world transportation and exploration. Yeah, so that's just about the... Do I get to... All aboard! The meerkats. Need to close the door. Push the button. And... There we go. Enter. Right. Right. Do we have control here, or is it automated?
Declan, I am buckled in and headed to the solar panel array.
Well, now you've got nothing to do but listen to me.
Just when my migraine was starting to clear up.
Hush.
I'm actually glad to have the Cyrano landing today. Some fresh faces.
Yeah.
Lies. Distractions. Everyone's so on edge lately. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining it. These dreams are starting to get to me.
Yeah, you're not the only one having strange dreams there, Ace.
You too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, put yourself in my shoes. You log out after your shift, eat some rehydrated meatloaf, and bunk down for the night. But the second you fall asleep, it feels like you're back at your desk and you hear the static again. Calibrate, more static, calibrate, then something sounds different. It's a pattern. You start decoding it. It's gibberish, but the static keeps talking. It wants you to hear the symbols.
Room at the base.
Yeah, don't worry about me, big guy. They're just dreams. Yeah, and then I wake up and there's scribbled notes around me. Feels like I haven't slept at all. All right, I showed you mine. Now lay it on me. Dreams, nightmares.
Power of the sun.
Your deepest, darkest
So these are kind of like mini
Sorry, I just pulled up to the office.
chapters.
I'll have to get back to you on all that.
Suit yourself. The anticipation is killing me.
I like the banter between these two. Right. We are heading out. Medical supplies. Right. Out we go. Let's top up our oxygen level. It's not a lot, but that's fine.
Okay. Elevator's not working. Someone must have borrowed a power cell. Declan, heading up to the perilous rocky pathway. Power cell for the elevator is missing.
Have fun. Oh, hey, just got an update from Commander Wilcox. Landing site preparations are underway. Also, she told me to clean up my shit at the comms tower. She didn't want to scare off the new recruits.
I like Josie.
Yeah, so if you're running, there is a slight distortion at the edge of the screen for field of view. It's not a lot, but I imagine once there are other on-screen effects, it will have more of an effect. What did space do? I can't remember. It just seems to zoom you in. Right. Insert power cell. It's not there. No power. That's not going to work. Yeah, something tells me that I don't want to be going over there. Follow the lights. I imagine this game...
Solar panels are definitely desynchronized. I'll have to connect with my biogauge to rotate them. If I'm quick, there may still be enough hours of daylight to recharge the overnight batteries.
Right. Power cell containment unit. Unit converts raw solar power into sustainable energy. Fan console. Oh. Oh. I can change. Oh, no, hold on. It's a mini game. I'm getting it to 100%. No, not like that, I'm not.
One down.
Alright, so adjust solar panels to their optimum rotation. So I guess that was that command console up there. So we can kind of do things via remote. Scan to connect.
Who is taking power cells from my solar array? Declan, who was out here last?
Probably Lucas on some errand for Volkova. They're always up to something weird. Creeps me out. I have never met a normal botanist.
Gosh. Right, so there's no power cell, so connecting to that is not going to do us any good whatsoever. Fortunately, we have this handy guide for where to go. It called the lift. Why do I want to call the lift? I guess we're going down.
I'm glad to get out of the base. Walk around.
Must keep an eye on my oxygen.
Breathe in that non-existent Martian air.
Well, there's that. But I can move out here. I don't know, spread my wings a bit.
Like a beautiful dead Martian swan.
Like a dead Martian eagle.
Yes, indeed. There's no point taking the power cell from there, but... No, can't use that. Might be one in here, I guess. Let's change the atmosphere. We can take that off. For now. I assume it won't have sex. Go!
Who's that?
What?
Don't know. Thought I saw someone. Don't see anyone now. Let's just get this done.
Right. Ah. Right, I think actually what I'm going to have to do... Put the helmet back on. I think I'm going to have to grab the power cell from the lift. To bring into here to get the lights on. I don't want to use the guide all the time. Because, you know, that's not particularly interesting. Right. So, obviously, we can't get back up now. For the moment. Really tempted to go around the back, actually, and see whether there's anything round there. We'll do that after. I wonder if there's a reason.
Lucky I brought along a power cell.
Indeed. Let there be lights. And there is lights. And it is good. Geological survey report. After 133 souls, primary mission is finally a success. Located as possible water ice deposit 36.8 kilometers east of here. Sereno crew will be notified as soon as they're within range. Investigations are underway. 133 souls. Is that like days, according to a rotation around the sun?
Hey, Declan, why don't you give me your password? I'm just gonna check out your browsing history.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Solar panels becoming an issue. Recent activity log. Coding issues with calibration on the solar arrays. Nicking hose at the refill station. Toilet clog. Note to Shane. This is Lucas. Seeing as the living quarters of this facility become your makeshift storage area, I've placed a few of my own non-essential items in this space as well. Okay. So Lucas has sorted some stuff in the area, but because we need it to do our job, he's given us permissions that don't involve having to know the password. Oh, look. Another power cell. Add to inventory. What is that? Looks like a shower. Lab coats. Anything else? I don't think there's anything in there. I think this is just so that we can get...
I should grab that cell powering the facility before I go.
Yeah, this is just so that we can grab the extra power cell. Jump scare? No? Not yet? It's gonna be one. Right. I wonder if there's a limit to how much air that we can get from these. Wah.
Shane, what is the situation at the solar site?
Panels are out of alignment again. Until the Cyrano gets here, I don't have the parts to test. Can't confirm the issue 100%.
All right, just so you know, anything breaks around here and I've got 4 Orochi execs on my ass. If you want to explain to them why a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment is being manually adjusted every day, be my guest.
Bother not.
Mission, and I'd rather focus on that, not fucking filling out paperwork.
Language.
Copy?
Coffee.
Not your fault, but after the Cyrano lands, no excuses. Get it done.
Not our fault. Or is it our fault, actually? Oh, it's not our fault. It's the Quakes that keep throwing things. I'm sure they said that. I think the only thing that you're missing by me being here is the kind of heart rate monitor. And chances are, my heart rate's going to be about the same. Right, so we've got a second solar cell. Alright. So we need to insert power cell. Whoomp. Scan to connect. Connect. Right. Oops. $100%.
Hi, Shane. I made a biogauge program so that you can see when Phobos is passing overhead.
That's great.
It circles Mars 3 times a day. And it is required that everyone downloads this program. I've already added it to your OS to ensure that you don't forget.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I think it'll really help with morale.
Right, so that has to be in for the objective to be classed as complete. So we still need another power cell. Yeah, you see, it's not showing us step by step by step.
Whoa, Declan, a whole section of the scaffolding here has collapsed.
Oh, it was the witch! Or we had a minor quake recently. You know, take your pick, though.
Right, so we can connect to this one from here. Uh-huh. Oh, not that way. So this one's already got a... Oh. No, no. 98. No. There's absolutely no need. Can't seem to get this one to 100. Ah, there we go.
Declan, the solar panels are now calibrated. Heading up the hill to the conduit.
I mean, copy that.
Uh-huh. Guess we're going this way. But we've still got no actual power.
The power conduit is shut down.
There should be a fuse switch on one of the sides.
That one. Pull. One. Power.
Looking good. Power should be back on.
Going green. Achievement unlocked. Return to base.
Shane, I've got good news and bad news. Good news, I think we just found water on Mars. Bad news, it is spraying all over the greenhouse. Restoring power must have triggered the pumps, and I'm showing significant pressure loss across this.
No.
Can't be cut off remotely?
Oh, sorry, cowboy. This is a job that requires your hands-on expertise.
Wonderful.
All right. Heading back now.
Menial tasks.
What did you just do? I have water spraying all over my greenhouse.
Turn on the power.
I did not expect this from a new heart.
Can't you just turn it off?
I do not have time for this. You will fix this.
Jeez. Who's shitting her cereal?
What an expression. Right, so we still can't access the lift because we've got no power. I guess we're going this way. Oh, I suppose we could have taken the power cell from the rover, couldn't we? And that would enable us to get up and down. Mind you, it wouldn't help overall. Because we'd still need to take it from the thing at the top. And breathe. So far, we're an hour in, and we've had a couple of jump scares, and a weird nightmare section, but nothing super creepy yet. Is it just me, or is it getting darker out there? Looks like it's getting darker out there. The game's doing a fairly good job of portraying the isolation that somebody might feel in this kind of situation.
Hey, still fighting that headache?
Yeah, I still can't shake that dream. Part of it was a memory from when I was a
The
kid.
birthday cake thing.
It was the last birthday party my mom was around for. She left not long after that.
The flooded greenhouse.
Know what happened to her?
Not really. It was big news when she disappeared. She was a big shot theoretical mathematician.
Oh yeah, everyone knows Dr. Newhart. I mean,
Ah, that's why
engineering dimensions.
Greenhouse Woman is
All I know is the day after my birthday, I head downstairs for breakfast and I couldn't find her. The basement door was wide open. It was the only place she could be, I thought. So I went down. There was well, she wasn't there. Or anywhere. We searched for years.
years. Well, that's bizarre. Right. Out we go.
Wow. Feels like I'm back in therapy.
Well, no better place to tackle your problems than from 130 million miles away, right?
Truth. Truth. Right, I guess it's this way, isn't it? Follow the bollards. Generally good advice for navigation. Atmosphere. Didn't we refill that? Or does it take off a certain amount based on your... I guess it takes off a certain amount based on your journey time. Yeah. I'm right there. Oh, decontamination.
Declan, the greenhouse is definitely in a sorry state. This has got to be fixed before the Cyrano lands.
Well, the major issue is the water reclaimer. I'm reading it as offline. Work your magic.
Right. Water reclaimer is over there. I like all the UV lighting on the plants. That door is clearly not working. So I guess we're getting to it in a really bizarre way. Don't know if I want to go up there. Or maybe I do. Yes, I do. This is probably part of some kind of puzzle. Climbing. Okay, we are going this way. Oh. Who? Black gunk. Everybody loves black gunk. Oh, that said climb. Haha. I knew that. Pick up. What is it?
This?
It's a good job I looked at it then. Some tanks of stuffs. Ah.
All right. Should be able to pass through now.
Oh, good, and I can take the crank with me. I like it when they allow you to do that, even if it does sometimes fill up your inventory with crap. Enter. Who designed this place? I like the fact that it's not just, like, really clean, that it's got stuff around. Jump scare from the right. Oh. See, as soon as your game includes any kind of jump scares, then it changes my perceptions on, you know, what's going to happen and when. I'm just constantly waiting for the next jump scare. And that's not really my thing. I much prefer it.
Sent a plumber. What a mess. I gotta keep an eye on that steam so I don't get burned. Shit! Dr. Volkova? What was that?
The room kind of strings and synth sound for jump scares is a tiny bit cliche. And it does what it's supposed to do. But realistically, I feel like it would have the same kind of effect if you just removed the audio cue. Suddenly hearing something starting to move, especially if you've got good sound design and directional audio. You shouldn't need that sound effect. In order for it to be effective. Yeah, if this is kind of true full-on cosmic horror, then realistically the idea is not jump scares, it's a slowly increasing feeling of dread. Ah. I can't get through there. Caution. Insert. Water filter. I've mentioned in multiple videos that I'm claustrophobic. And that's the other reason why horror games tend to have an effect on me. What is that?
What is that?
See, now that was much more creepy than a jump scare. Something that you only partially see, and then it's gone, or it moves. That is good. Oh. So is this us fixing things? Oh. La la la. We're actually heading for the water reclaimer, aren't we? Well, this looks
Ina, the entire mangrove root structure is contaminated. There is a viscous black substance like oil. It seems like it's spreading.
It is not contaminated. It is changing, evolving. It's beautiful. It is reborn.
This doesn't look right.
Constant interruptions. I do not have time to explain myself to you.
okay. Yeah, I thought that thing was a creature of some kind, and I was expecting it to get up and chase me. I'm still kind of expecting it to get up and chase me. I don't know whether you guys watching are having a similar experience, but I like the fact that you can just kind of
Finally, the water.
peek. The environmental design is really helping to sell the burgeoning atmosphere in the game.
Jesus, this can't be Lucas again. Who just takes this stuff apart? Now I have to find where he put 3 water reclaimer pieces.
Can we take his...
Of course he leaves his ID. At least he has a higher clearance level. Well, Lucas, I'm gonna need to borrow this for a bit. Should be able to open these doors now.
Right, so we need to find 3 different coloured pipes. In order to find our way around. I assume we can just... Yeah. Boop.
The pieces for the water reclaimer are missing. Where are they?
The reclaimer pieces are in their proper receptacles.
More specifically?
Follow the colored pipes. Yeah, sorry, I'm needed elsewhere.
Uh-huh. Well, this is,
I found the environmental control control console.
Great. That's the last thing you need to clean up the greenhouse. But first, you need to restore the water reclaimer and shut off the sprinkler valves.
This place is a mess. I like how Lucas hasn't said anything about the fact that we've clearly going to need his...
Holy shit, Ina! Dr. Volkova, where are you? Something is seriously wrong. The infection is everywhere.
Not infection. It's evolution. Adaptation. Perfection. My children, they grow so quickly. Wrapped in creeping rootstocks. Where sap and blood coagulate. Do not fight it. Allow it to blossom. First in human history. The merging of two life forms.
What? Yeah, the ambient music and environmental sound is very well done in terms of helping to create a sense of foreboding. And there is this real sense that you don't want to move too quickly. Mostly because I'm sure something is going to leap out at me from around a corner. You know, I'm sure there are going to be some kind of spoopy chase sequences at some point. Flickering lights, a staple of the genre. Lab coat? Lab coat, I think. Now, you probably have noticed from Demajen tries of the past that I prefer them to be about an hour, hour and a half long. But I kind of feel... yeah. Like we haven't necessarily showcased much of this game yet. Aha!
I found one of the components.
Oh, great. Now just find the other two so we can clean up this mess.
Why are they there? We can climb up or... go through here? Hydroponic wheel. But what am I trying to... ah! I'm trying... yeah, see, the fact that you can actually connect to things...
Jeez, they really let these plants take over. What the hell?
so you can kind of remotely... That's quite cool, actually, that you can remotely connect to things to move around. So, if the first hour and 19 minutes are any indication, it's going to be a very atmospheric, go here, do these puzzles, pick up these things, interspersed with a lot of kind of visually bizarre imagery and... yeah. Ah, can't get through there. So do we have to go all the way back?
Jeez. Is someone there?
Some things here. But it's doing a really good job of creating suspense. Whilst I haven't necessarily liked the jump scares, the suspensefulness of there's clearly something kind of in the shadows. It's nicely done. We didn't go up here, did we? Going up. It's very foggy up here. Ah.
Jesus.
What the? I'm not entirely sure what happened then. But I know it's got very foggy up here. There is a bit of an issue where events are so quick that you don't necessarily even catch what happens. Right. Oh, we're a long way up. Claustrophobic and scared of heights. Woohoo! Yeah, the ambient music is really spot on for what they are trying to achieve.
Jesus.
The door closed. I caught it that time because I noticed the door was open. In fact, I was heading towards the door and changed my mind. I hope he doesn't do... Why am I heading towards things? I'm breaking the... Oh, is that a toilet? Ooh. It's come out the loo. So it's got into the sewage. Am I being followed? Oh. Oh.
Something is loose.
Something? What something?
I don't know yet.
Okay, I'll contact Wilcox at the landing site. She'll get Lucas to talk. He should know what Volkova's been doing in there. Just hang tight and get that reclaimer online.
I also have to turn off the sprinklers manually, or the system won't reboot.
Right, the sprinklers are off. Something is blocking it from the other side. I don't really want to go out there. It's broken? Right, where is it that we need to go? It's over there, isn't it? You can do this, Dema. It'll be fine. What are you afraid of? Everything is the correct answer. I'm afraid of everything. I'm a wuss. Don't like jumping. Red. Yellow. Blue. Scan to connect. Right. Now what do I have to do? Just reclaim water? What? Oh, do they not go? Do they not go in those? As part of a recent string of experiments, I've moved the water reclaimer cells to other districts. The backup cells are still in production, so the water reclaimer will remain offline until my experiments have reached a conclusion. Return the cells and revert them to proper settings will replenish the water supply. Huh. So I'm guessing then that this is a puzzle. Yeah, so we can't move anything here. So. Right, so we've got to change the settings. Oops. We've got to change the settings to... Right, so we need... So we need 80, 80, and 80. Right. That's split 3 ways. That's split 2 ways. Right. This is going to take a while.
All right, up and running again.
Puzzle solving.
Just need to switch on the environment control console. Should be right outside the door.
Should be right outside the door. Yeah, that was the thing overlooking the swamp. What's outside the door?
What the hell? Declan, are you there? Declan! God damn it, Declan! What is that?
Thing in the mist? Whoa! Oh, what the? Run! Run, run, run!
Oh shit!
Ah! Run away! No! Oh!
Go, 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 go!
Run away! There we go. Nope, not that way.
Shit! Go, go!
No! I saw it. I looked at it. I've made a terrible mistake. Help me. Oh shit. That's a dead end. No. Help, 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 help.
There's a horrible creature in the greenhouse. It tried to kill me. Do not return to base. Does anyone read me? Ina, Lucas, Commander Wilcox. I've got to warn them.
Don't think we've got any other options about where to go. No. Well, that was yes. What my heart rate is. 135 beats per minute. And dropping, fortunately.
If I can get to Declan at the satellite station, we can try to reestablish communications.
What was the achievement that I unlocked? Escape the thing in the mist. I did? Yeah. Okay. And I think that... Ow. Clicky neck. I think that is going to do it as an indicator of what kind of experience we are going to get with this. Yeah. No, the fact that you can't fight these things or this thing is what makes these kinds of games suspenseful. Just looking at it caused the whole edges of the screen to go completely messed up, which is the idea. in a lot of Lovecraft's writing, the idea is that, you know, if you see things that are completely inexplicable, you can't fight those. You just run the hell away from them, if you even can. Because looking at these things are so contrary to our ideas of logic and human experience that they send you mad. And the game is called Moons of Madness. So clearly... clearly the biologist doctor, Inaya, whatever her name was, she's clearly gone. It'll be interesting to see as and where they go with this. So that, folks, is Demajen Tries Moons of Madness. I need a break after that. I'm really not good with horror games, as I've said multiple times now. And I'm not very good with chase sequences either. But hopefully that's given you a decent indication of what the game is going to be like. Again, it's the first hour and a half. I have no idea how they're going to switch it up, if they even do, in however long the game is. But for me, as an experience so far, that was fairly compelling, tense, good voice acting. Visuals are... you know, they're not the sharpest. They're not the most modern. But the game isn't exactly a full-priced AAA release. It's... can I bring up the store from here? No. Yeah, it's not a full-priced Steam release. It's currently available for £17.59. 20% off. $21.99 is the actual price for it after the discount runs out on the 29th of October. So, from what I've seen so far, there's a lot to like in terms of how long the game is. I haven't got a clue. Don't really know. Can't imagine for that amount of money it's going to be a super long experience. The little kind of chapter titles seem to be an indicator, but we've only got 4 out of 23 achievements. Let's take a look at the achievements list. All hidden. I assume they are all story related. There we go. Anyway, hope that's been educational for you lovely folks back home. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave the old likes, thumbs up, subscribe for more random me trying out video games or me even playing series of video games. I'll have to see how I feel about playing some more of this. But I definitely need a little break first. Such a wuss. Such a wuss. Thank you all for watching, folks. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Until then, cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.